Alright, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about MatPat, or also known as the Game Theorist. And if you don't know him, he runs a channel called Game Theory with like 14 million subscribers, and MatPat has been on YouTube for years at this point. And in my last MatPat video, I made that like 7 months ago, he was canceled by Twitter. For one, starting a charity live stream, and then two, for some clip from one of his videos in 2018. Yeah, absolutely stupid. And it was also while the live stream was going on. But in this video today, I found something even more stupid. I really didn't think it was possible, but I did. And I found this whole thread of someone trying to expose MatPat for the quote-unquote shitty things that he's done. And we kick off the thread with this. Thread of many, but probably not all of the shitty things MatPat has done. And they say they're not trying to cancel MatPat with any of this, which I find that hard to believe, but I guess you never know. And quickly, before we do get into that thread, consider subscribing to the channel, and yeah, without further ado, let's read this shitty-ass thread. So I guess the first thing they have in this thread is a video from 2013. Yeah, 7 years ago. Actually, no, 8 years ago. I'm a fucking idiot. But in this video, MatPat made a theory whether the Team Fortress 2 character Pyro was a male or a female. And I guess this person finds it queer-phobic. And this is what they said. This video is queer-phobic in a few ways. MatPat calls Pyro a thing, simply for being potentially gay, trans, or GNC, whatever the hell that means. No disrespect, like I have no idea what that means. He shoots down random non-conformity for no reason, and then calls Pyro a transphobic slur. Yeah, this was 8 years ago, by the way. I don't know why it's such a big deal in present day, and plus he's already apologized for the situation, if that wasn't enough already. If 8 years ago wasn't enough for you already, he's also apologized. And he said this right here. As someone who considers himself to be very accepting of any preference, gender, etc., I apologize for my ignorance. I don't get how MatPat is now queer-phobic because he made this video. Like, it's a theory about a video game character. Like, it's not even a real person. Like, they're basically getting offended on behalf of a fictional video game character from an 8-year-old video. Like, do you know how much MatPat could possibly have changed in 8 years? Like, you could probably look like a completely different person in 8 years. Like, I could go from, like, being a shrimp, like, skinny as hell, to, like, jacked. Like, you could go through this huge transformation. Like, you can become a completely different person within that 8 years. Like, what you say, what you do, what you think could all change within that time. But yeah, here's a 30-second clip of the video just so you get an idea of it. They linked the whole video, but of course, I'm not gonna play the entire video. That my retention would be so garbage. But yeah, anyways, here it is.
Collectively chasing its tails as Valve purposely misdirects everyone to keep this mystery going. But I say no more. As the Nancy Drew of gaming, we're ending this speculation today. Call it MatPat in the case of the perplexing Pyro, but we're unmasking this masked thing so that we can all move on and Valve can finally release TF3, or Half-Life 3, or Portal 3, or all three. First, let's talk.
Alright, I'm sure MatPat wasn't expecting anyone to be offended by this in the year 2021, and I'm sure he didn't mean to offend anybody by making this. Like, I don't even see anything wrong with the video, and I just don't get how it's transphobic or whatever the hell phobic they said earlier. Like, it doesn't mean, oh, MatPat now hates trans people because he made a video about, like, determining a video game character's gender as, like, a joke theory or as, like, a theory for entertainment purposes. So I looked at the top comments of this Pyro video because I was curious to see what other people said, and all the comments were just clowning on Twitter and the people who thought this video was somehow transphobic. Like, we got this comment right here. POV, you're watching this after a person with a caved-in head on Twitter tried to cancel him for this video. But yeah, there's that, and now the next one I talked about in my video 7 months ago. So for context, MatPat basically started up a survey, and I guess the question asked was, what gender do you identify as? And of course, there's gonna be people out there that don't take servers too seriously, and they're gonna put shit like, I don't know, Apache attack helicopter, 1960s Coca-Cola bottle. And I think the last one was like weaponized battle toaster. And the exposer, I guess, found this transphobic, and they said this about it. Obviously, there's this thing, and I'm gonna talk about it here too. The tone MatPat has here is very obviously mocking towards the concept of there being more than two genders, or a gender spectrum. If you don't pick up on it, you're just in denial. Which I don't think he was mocking it, he was more more joking about the entries that he was given, and he used these specific entries to show the variety of the survey. But yeah, here's the clip.
There were some findings that I think that science will be very interested to explore further, like the fact that apparently there are over 600 different genders. You know, I've always taken pride knowing that we have a diverse audience watching, but I never in my wildest dreams imagined it was so diverse to include people who self-identify as everything from a 1960s era Coca-Cola bottle to a weaponized battle toaster. I've heard that gender is a spectrum and all that, but can someone explain to me whether gay jalapeno is to the left or right of literal piece of human fecal matter? Oh, and by the way, to the 1,610 of you who responded with Apache attack helicopter, thank you so much for raising awareness for the oft-overlooked helisexual.
He literally said in the video that he has a lot of pride in having a diverse audience. How could he be transphobic if he takes a lot of pride in that? I don't get it. And he even said it before the joke, and this is just like a harmless joke about like the survey entries he got. They brought this up in the thread now, but like when like people were like actually like canceling him for this 7 months ago, people were doing it during a charity live stream. I don't know, I just find that hilarious that people were canceling him during a charity live stream that he was doing. And if you don't like MatPat, that is completely fine, but like he doesn't deserve to lose his career over something as small as this. I don't know if MatPat has said anything about this or made like any sort of response to this. I have no idea. All right, next up on the list, we got this right here, and I guess MatPat misgendered a video game character. And it's in the video, this one right here, are video games anti-LGBT? And here's what they said. This one is brief, but he purposefully misgenders Vivian while talking about her transness for absolutely no reason. I'm aware that he's quite literally trying to talk about censorship of LGBT people in this video. You can do that while still being queer-phobic. I don't know how many times I gotta say this, but it is a video game character. Pixels on a screen, a virtual, fictional character. Like, we are not talking about a real person that has feelings and emotions. We are talking about a character that does not exist in the real world. And I'm not gonna act like everyone took this thread seriously, because there were a lot of people who, you know, said that they found the jokes funny, or they had no problems with the videos whatsoever. And like I said earlier, all the top comments in the video on that Pyro video were clowning on Twitter, or the people who thought this video was transphobic. Yeah, I really didn't think I needed to say that. You know, it's pretty obvious people are gonna have different opinions, but you know what? I'll leave it in. And of course, people are gonna have differing opinions than the thread if they're quote-unquote exposing MatPat for some of the most minuscule things I've seen that are all from like years ago. And this one happened 7 years ago, the one where he misgendered a video game character. That was 7 years ago. But yeah, in short, Twitter is absolutely garbage. They cause needless outrage all the time. Like, I made a video about Bad Boy Halo being quote-unquote canceled over like a playground insult. Like, he called Dream fat, and that's about it. And yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. And yeah, if you did enjoy, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And if you did make it this far into the video, comment Twitter is garbage. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. I'm out. Peace.
Came up from the mud, I had a hustle. Ayy, adding up funds, came far from struggle. Ayy, smoke another blunt, learn the game from uncle.